they had not perused the tons of documents that had been filed, but they did promise to give a detailed judgment in 21 days. How a decision of that magnitude was made without examination of some of the most crucial documents is indeed incredibly startling. Kenyans waited patiently with great anxiety and anticipation for the reasons for the nullification of the presidential election. Yesterday, the Supreme Court delivered the reasons for the nullification of the presidential election in a historic and split decision that lasted for 12 straight hours. I take note that the decision confirmed the following. 1, that voting, counting, and tallying of the election results was done in accordance to the law. 2, that the number of votes cast, as announced by the IEBC, was never disputed. 3, that the number of votes I, as a candidate, obtained were not contested. And 4, that my government and I were exonerated from any irregularities or illegalities. Fellow Kenyans, the presidential election result was nullified on the assumption that there were irregularities in the election result forms. It is now manifestly clear that despite the fact that the relevant forms had already been deposited in court by the IEBC, no proper scrutiny or verification ever took place, which would otherwise have brought the court to the inescapable conclusion that the election results of the August 8th election was indeed valid. As a consequence, I hold our steadfast position that the will of the people of Kenya was subverted by our courts. The Supreme Court owes Kenyans an explanation on how such a monstrous injustice could have taken place. Not only did the judgment rob the Kenyan people of their democratic right as exercised on August 8th, but it also now has the potential to throw our country into judicial chaos. The effect and precedent set in that singular judgment by a bench of the court says that a bench can nullify the decision of millions of Kenyans without due regard to evidence. This position is diametrically opposed to the sovereign right